everybody. Welcome into Let's Talk Kentucky. I'm your host and moderator, Sherelle Robertson. We're joined by the Let's Talk team. It's Susan Mills, Kim Dixon, and Lisa High. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Oh,
Monday. It's a Monday.
Oh, my God. The way you guys just said Happy Monday. You sound a little weary.
We're here.
Oh, my gosh. Well, don't be weary. We've got some good news, you guys.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, this is adorable, such good news. Here we go. Kentucky is home to some of the 12-year-old Cal Ripken Major 70 World Series champions.
Yeah.
Popped up, this could do it. The third baseman. Ball game over. Ohio Valley from Southeast Lexington, Kentucky, your 2023 Cal Ripken Major 70 World Series World Champions.
Our Kentucky kiddos who play on the Ohio Valley team competed in a worldwide tournament with 24 teams from the United States and 10 international teams. Our team beat Taiwan to win this world championship in this Cal Ripken series. Now listen to this. This is only the 4th time that a team from the United States has won, and this is the first time for a team from Kentucky to win. So proud of these
So
kids.
proud of them. It's awesome. Good job.
You know what's so cool is they actually play over in Veterans Park in Lexington.
No way.
They have a great ball field there.
They do. They do. A lot of support there. And, you know, I'm lucky enough. Actually, I'm friends with one of the parents of the boy that was on the team, Cooper. Yeah. And he's been playing his whole life, I think. You know, he came right out of the womb swinging a bat. So.
You just came out of the
Boys. And they look like true professionals.
Oh, they totally do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Take it very
this is watching
seriously.
a Mets or
Yeah,
game.
but they have a lot of fun too. They take it seriously, but they're having fun.
Yeah.
And they're adorable. They
They are adorable, and they're 12, you know? So
Yeah.
listen, so here's the thing. Not only did they win, but there's gonna be a big celebration for them tonight. It's gonna be at 7 p.m. in Veterans Park. So if you just wanna go and give them a high five and tell them good job, that's gonna be happening tonight in Lexington at Veterans Park. So congratulations, kiddos.
Congratulations, guys.
Makes me very happy.
Yes.
All right, so here's next up in Talk of the Town. Lexington-Fayette County's Racial Justice and Equality Commission on Law Enforcement and Justice Accountability, they are proposing that the city should put signs on police surveillance cameras known as flock cameras, and we've talked about these before. So the committee is going to be introducing that formal proposal to install signs on those physical cameras to increase the level of transparency for residents of Lexington as well as people visiting the city. So these cameras are located in various places around Lexington. Now you may remember the city did release a map showing the location of the cameras, but the committee is now proposing more prominent signage, okay? So this leads us to our poll question of the day, because you know we like to keep it spicy. We want to hear from you. Here's the poll question. Should signs be put on city surveillance cameras to make it clear where they are, okay? So we want to hear from you. Go to WTVQ.com/vote or pick up your phone. Put it on the QR code, boop, and it'll take you right to the question. You can vote and let us know what you think. And remember, this doesn't just affect folks who are in Lexington. If you're coming in town, the cameras can see you. So we want you to vote. And then coming up after the break, we are gonna talk about it. So stay with us, everybody. Woo, it's gonna be a good one.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
The last of summer will draw you in at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's like a magnet, but for people.
Get APR financing from 3.99% on a new Corolla, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Toyota, let's go places.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
ABC 36 invites you to the Kentucky Art Market on August 19th and 20th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Woodland Christian Church. This juried art market showcases over 50 of the best artists and craftsmen from Kentucky and the best the region has to offer. Explore the various artwork and handcrafted pieces from homemade soap, glass, wood, pottery, metal, and more. Go to WTVQ.com for a chance to win an original piece from the Danielle Barnes Studio. See you at the Kentucky Art Market from Woodland Christian Church.
46 Solutions is your technology partner. To experience this showroom for yourself and all this amazing technology, visit 46solutions.com.
The last of summer will draw you in at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's like a magnet, but for people.
Get APR financing from 3.99% on a new Camry, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm Sherelle Roberts, your host and moderator, here with the Let's Talk team, and it is time for the Countdown Conversation. This is the part of the show we talk about as many topics as we can in 6 minutes. Y'all ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Oh boy. All right. Kim said, oh boy.
Hold on.
So, before the break, we discussed the fact that there is a committee in Lexington government that is proposing that there be signage put on flock cameras. You're seeing a picture of them here. These are the surveillance cameras that are around town that help police solve crimes and other things like that. So, should signs be put on these so they're more prominent, people can see where they are?
No.
Okay.
That's my opinion. No, you know, if you pay attention, you can see where the flock cameras are, number one. They've also posted a map online, so we all, you know, we can look there to see where the cameras are. I just feel like that's why they're there, is to help police solve crimes. And if everybody's aware of it, then they're going to take detours to avoid these cameras and whatnot. So I don't think there needs to be signage at all.
Okay.
I'm pro sign. I'm good with the sign. I do weird things in the car. Everyone does weird things in the car.
More for a reason
Sometimes
to have video.
I floss. You all change shirts in your car, right? And I mean, sometimes you just you do kind of weird, picking your teeth, or you got something in your hair and it looks like you've got, you know, fleas or something. I mean, I would like the signs to help remind me to not floss my teeth in the car.
Not be a weirdo.
Not be a weirdo in the car.
Okay.
That's just me.
You know, I'm fine with the cameras, right? I don't agree necessarily with the signage. They gave us a map, like Lisa referenced, that showed where everything was. Lexington's not the first to have these cameras. I've lived in New York City. I've lived in LA. They have had these cameras on the street for years to help monitor and for criminal activity. So I think it's just kind of one of those things that's just going to happen.
Yeah. So this is interesting. I'm torn on this one. So Doug talked to us about this before, and he said, what do you think the bigger picture is? And so I think the bigger picture, there's something political going on here. And I think this committee really probably wants to raise this issue of putting signs on these cameras so it raises awareness about where they are and how many are in which neighborhoods. I think they want to raise some real awareness about the placement of these cameras in certain neighborhoods versus the placement of these cameras in other neighborhoods. And I think this whole sign issue, this whole sign proposal is going to bring that up to the top. You heard it here first. We'll see what happens. Okay. Second, rude questions. So, rude questions like, oh, are you pregnant? And then you're not. Or is that your real hair? Or, you know, like, did you have plastic surgery? You know, questions you're not supposed to ask, but we all get rude questions. So what are some rude questions that you've been asked in your life, and how do you deal with them? We're letting Kim go first because she has a disproportionate amount of rude questions that she's been asked in her life.
This has happened my entire life. I mean, since I was 5 years old, that was the first rude question that I got. And for those of you who don't know, I'm adopted. Both of my parents are white. And the first incident I got was, are you a foster kid? Those aren't your parents. You're a foster kid. One of my favorites is, and I get this from strangers and my friends, is, where are you from? No. Well, I'm from Lexington. Where are you from? From. Well, my parents were born in Vermont. We lived there till I was... No, where are you? You know. Where are you from? And what they're trying to get is my nationality. But the where are you from gets a little old. I've had, what are you? I've had, oh, this is the best one. A guy at the Olive Bar one day when I was shopping for cheese, he said, you like Chinese food?
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
So how do you deal with these questions when you get them?
If someone said you like Chinese food, in the past I would say, well, actually I'm not Chinese. I'm from Vermont, actually, but I was adopted and my parents adopted me when I was a little girl, and I'm Korean. You know what? He didn't need to know any of that.
Yeah.
You like Chinese food? No. And I don't love it. But, you know, I'm not nice about it anymore, even with my friends. There's no need to be, because those are questions they don't need to ask.
Yeah, okay. It's true. People will ask the craziest things, but yeah, I usually try to deflect it with humor. I just do. I just naturally want to do that. But like, I mean, I have so many, like, are you pregnant? When I was recovering from my pregnancy and trying to lose the weight and everything. But also, you know, is your hair naturally blonde? I'm like, well, it's not blonde to the root, no. So if you think I'm being silly and stupid, that's just, you know, that's not my blonde hair here. That's just my natural personality.
People just don't understand when they're being rude. It's a lesson I think that was missed somewhere down the line growing up. And I worry about that, honestly. And Lisa, you may be able to understand this a little bit. Alex, with his autism, from the reverse side of things, or the other side of things, with his autism, he doesn't necessarily pick up on social cues. So sometimes his face doesn't show what he's truly feeling. And I'm afraid that there's going to be a time and a day where he asks a question that socially may not be acceptable, but he's truly wanting an answer. He's not trying to be rude.
Yes.
So a lot of times, you know, I'm starting to kind of work with him to teach him what types of questions are okay, and some maybe to come and ask me about. But it's a hard thing to teach.
It really is, and Jack went through that same thing too. And it's very difficult.
It's tricky.
It is. And usually most people give a lot of grace to that with special needs children and whatnot.
But he doesn't wear a shirt that says, I have autism.
Yes, I have autism, yeah. Neither does Jack, and he looks very, you know, very high functioning and all of that. So it's hard, it is.
This is interesting. So we heard the bell. We know you heard the bell, but we want to finish this conversation because it's important.
Yeah.
And I'll share mine. So the rudest question that I ever got was at my first TV job. And one of my colleagues, who was a white male, he goes, how does it feel to be the affirmative action hire?
Oh, wow.
My goodness.
And I said, no, what up? And I said, so, I composed myself. And so instead of like being weird about it, I just ran down my entire resume.
And it's a good one.
Ran down my entire resume. And he goes, oh, you have more experience than I do. Sorry. And
well,
I was
you
like,
educated him.
Yeah.
I did, but it's that assumption that if you are a woman or if you are a black person, that you're only there because of affirmative action. And then once I ran down my resume and he realized that I had 4 times as much experience as he did, it was like, well.
So you handle it through educating that person right there and then. You don't let it slide.
Well, yeah, but also I handle it by always having to work twice as hard.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So then when it's time to bust out the resumes, it's like,
what else could he say? What else could he say?
we have receipts, okay? We have receipts today. All right, everybody. Very good conversation. We didn't get to our last topic, but we'll bring it back tomorrow. Stay with us. Coming up after the break, our guest at the table is Georgetown Police Chief Darren Allgood.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
Next ET, our Jennifer Lawrence exclusive.
God, I forgot my line.
Hilarious bloopers on set of No Hard Feelings. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 36.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Hi, this is Joseph with Rapid Fire Home Buyers. Do you have a house that's costing you too much time and money? Maybe a rental house, an inherited house you don't know what to do with, or the house you're living in that you just can't keep up with. We buy property in any condition and any price range all over the Southeast. Sell your house as is for cash with no repairs, no fees, and no commissions. If you're even thinking of selling your house, before you call a realtor, give us a call for a free cash offer. Call 859-695-3875.
What will you experience at the Kentucky Horse Park?
Watch live shows and see unique breeds.
Meet racing champions and derby winners.
Explore equine history. Hop on board. And get in the saddle. The gates are open and the horses are waiting. Plan your visit at kyhorsepark.com.
It started when my father outed your past, and it looks like he got what he wanted.
I think they want payback.
Someone's made you a target of their revenge.
Let's find out who had motive for that fire.
General Hospital on ABC.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Sherelle Roberts. We've got the Let's Talk team, and joining us at the table is Georgetown Police Chief Darren Allgood. Welcome. Yay.
Thank you all.
So you are making Let's Talk Kentucky history. You are the first police chief to join us at the table.
That's awesome.
It's a big deal. Some might say it's all good.
We'll see. We'll see how good it
is. So, Chief, tell us, what's kind of the scene when it comes to public safety and law enforcement in general in Georgetown? How are things going?
It's going pretty good. It's growing. It's still the fastest growing community in the state. We're still trying to get people signed up to be police officers and help us out. But generally we have a good read on the crime. Implementing a lot of programs and trying to be active in the community, get people to come to us to help us solve the crimes and be on top of things. So I think we're going in the right direction.
Yeah, so recruiting right now for police, trying to get more folks to join. Are you actively hiring right now?
Yes, we're actively hiring certified officers and non-certified. We go to colleges, Georgetown College, Kentucky State, wherever we see a job fair, we try to go and get people to sign up to be a police officer. It's not as bad as what people may have heard or seen. If you really want to help somebody and have a positive impact on a person's life, then do that. It's something different every day. So I encourage you to do that and help us make a positive change.
It's essentially, it's essential to keep our community safe, absolutely. So today you are here to talk about a special program that you guys have called Are You OK?
Yes.
Could you tell us about that?
Sure. It's a program that we have designed. It's an outreach program for our elderly, our senior citizens in our community that may be confined to their residence for whatever reason, or they may be disabled, or somebody just that would maybe benefit from a phone call from somebody in our department just checking on them, make sure they're okay, because a lot of time our senior citizens are left behind. They slip through the crack because life happens. We're busy with our kids and work and everything, and we forget about the ones that got us to where we're at. That helped us to become adults. So
this is an amazing program. I'm going to tear up a little bit because it's so important for people to know about this. So what prompted you to implement this new program?
Well, we have tried to check in with the younger adults. We've been recruiting, as we talked about, trying to get in front of the younger people to show them that police officers are not bad, and we are truly here to help. And then we have our Citizens Police Academy. That's usually for 18-year-olds and above. And you know, it's just glaring out at me. So we're really not doing anything for our senior citizens, and we want to make sure that they're included in as well. You know, if they can't get out, then if there's a need, then you know, we'll check on them and come to them if needed.
Yeah. So who makes the phone calls from the department? Do the officers actually make the phone calls?
Our Citizens Police Academy alumni, they have volunteered to come in, spend their time throughout the day to call and check on anybody that signs up.
Gotcha.
So if you call in, it may be an officer, but most of the time it will be a Citizens Police Academy alum starting out.
Yeah. You know, sometimes, especially senior folks, they don't get many calls. And so it's great just to get a phone call from somebody, say, hey, how are you doing? Do you need anything? But what happens if they don't pick up the phone? What happens if you call, you're calling to check in, they don't pick up the phone? What happens then?
Okay, we'll call the first time. If they don't pick it up, we'll give them about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. We'll contact them back again. If we don't receive a person on the end to talk to us, to tell us they're okay, then we'll send an officer to their address, try to make contact with them. So before we do that, we'll have them, to fill out a little flyer that tells us, hopefully a good phone number. If there are any alarms on the house, or if there are any big dogs that we should be aware of, or other pets. Is their house alarmed? Things like that. So just some information we'll have going forward. But usually about the third time, if we haven't made contact, we'll send someone.
Go out and check, make sure that they're okay.
And the seniors register for this? They register for it themselves?
They can, or a family member
can register for them?
Anybody can do that.
So how do they do that?
Great.
We've got a couple seconds here. Tell us how folks can sign up to get on this list to be called and to be checked on.
Sure, you can call our station at 502-863-7826, or you can contact Officer Ryan Hill at georgetownpolice.org.
Okay.
Great.
Chief, thank you so much for being here, and thanks for this great program. I mean,
I enjoyed it.
So many folks get left behind, and thank you for making sure that they don't. That's really, really cool.
It's really cool what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, everybody, stay with us. Coming up after the break, we'll highlight our woman we're talking about and check in on the poll. Vote, you still have time.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
Feels good to be home.
Ashley's Labor Day preview is going on now. This week, buy one, get one 50% off store-wide. Plus, update any room in your home for only $5.98 or get 0% interest for 60 months. Going on now at Ashley.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new Ab EX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is very difficult to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team of experts, and I finally got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing Ab EX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
Ab EX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck because that overhang you mentioned becomes flat and tight fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now to learn more about Ab EX by Sono Bello. Call 1-888-507-8988 or go to sonobello.com.
Injured? Great results like these are why so many people in Kentucky get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. $412,000 for a man who was injured in a crash in Louisville, $1 million for a Bowling Green man involved in a motorcycle wreck, and $2 million for a woman in a car wreck in Logan County. If you've been injured, do what thousands of Kentuckians have already done. Call 800-800-4600. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Feels good to be home.
At Ashley's Labor Day sale preview, get $1,000 off any size Sealy Princeton mattress, or get 0% interest for 60 months on top mattress brands. Plus, get a free Yeti cooler with qualifying purchases, only at Ashley.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk Kentucky. Okay, before we wrap up the show, we want to check in on the poll question. We talked about it earlier today in the show. There is a committee in Lexington that's proposing that there be signage put on flock cameras, which are the police surveillance cameras in Lexington, saying they need to be more clearly marked so people know where they are when they're driving about town doing their business. So we wanted to hear from you. Should there be signs put on these cameras? And here's where you voted so far. 33% of you say, yes, let's put some signs on there. 67% of you say no. So, interesting.
It is interesting.
Because we were split. We were split on this, right?
Yeah.
I was I don't know. You were a hard
Definite no, yeah.
You were a yes. You were a
no.
So this is interesting. We want you to keep voting throughout the day. This question is going to be up all day. And this meeting is going to be happening at like 3:30 today. So, whew. It's gonna be a spicy one. All right, everybody. So we like to end every show by highlighting a woman we're talking about. Today's woman we're talking about is Dr. Maureen O'Shaughnessy. She specializes in the treatment of conditions affecting the hand, the wrist, the elbow, and the upper limb. She completed her residency in orthopedic surgery at the Mayo Clinic before completing additional training as a hand and upper limb fellow at Stanford in California. So we are so lucky to have her here. She's worked at both UK and the Shriners Hospital for the kiddos. She excels in treating patients whose problems are really complex or unusual, like traumatic disorders, arthritis, repetitive stress injury, entrapment and neuropathy, and sports-related injuries. So cool to have such a great expert right here in our city. Congratulations, Dr. O'Shaughnessy. You are a woman worth talking about.
Thank you for all your work.
Yeah, especially with those Shriners kids. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That is really important.
Such important work. So everybody, don't forget to nominate a woman in your life who's worth talking about. Go to our website, WTVQ.com, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks.